Hi, my name is Derek, and I'm a hempaholic. I've coined that phrase, and I'm glad to be here, starting a meeting. I am not an expert in economics nor a nutritionist, but I'm a concerned citizen, and I'm here before you to express the economic impact and the nutrition of industrial hemp. Let me see here. That's the definition, my definition of a hempaholic by definition, as a person who is crazy about all the cannabis plant has to offer, whether it is industrial hemp or medicinal cannabis. A little bit about me. My name is Derek Cross, and I'm an activist. I'm an author of Hemp Healthy Cooking Series. I'm a hemp chef, and I create meals for your mind, hip and trendy recipes. I can be found at Hemp Healthy Today blogspot, where I'm an author. I've also written some other articles. I've written for DFW NORML when we had the marijuana march. We were featured in the Levita Black Voice of Fort Worth. They did the article and took pictures for us out there. So I appreciate that. Once again, I'm an American citizen who has dedicated his life to hemp. And I've spent the last 3 years researching this amazing and wonderful plant. Now, I'm not an expert on all of this, but I'm just sharing what information I have. And in doing so, I've created a few jobs for myself, like I just discussed. A hemp chef, hemp author, and hemp promoter, and soon to be a hemp broker. This industry I see is a moving market. As a businessman, I see a huge potential that isn't going anywhere but up. Cannabis hemp isn't just a fad. Hemp is reality and has been here for millennia and will be long after our existence. I saw an ad the other day saying, you don't have to have breast cancer to support breast cancer. So you don't have to partake in medicinal activities. We're all responsible Americans and adults. And it's about time that America sees why this plant has been prejudiced against. So, I want to say, if we lived in 30 different countries, I wouldn't be before you having this conversation. And here's a little bit of hemp facts. Hemp does not require herbicides or pesticides. Hemp can be grown in a wide range of latitudes and altitudes. Hemp replenishes soil with nutrients and nitrogen, making an excellent rotation crop. We all know that the medicinal cannabis grows at certain heights. Industrial hemp grows in tight row spaces, and you can tell the difference just as you can sweet corn and field corn from an agricultural standpoint. So the DAA's concerns are just stupid. I apologize for that. But anyhow, well, I shouldn't apologize for that. They're just stupid. So when we have farming that has been around since time, we can definitely decipher what is what. I believe that industrial hemp is the real main reason why cannabis, medicinal hemp, is no longer. I'd like to see the industrial hemp come back to the America soils and be in the fields creating jobs. That's why I'm here before you. As you keep reading, you can see we can use it for plastics like this bottle, biodegradable, non-toxic. Well, the experts say that I've heard, this plastic can be biodegradable within about 5 years if it was made from a hemp-based product. And so what that means is we return back to the earth. We have to be sustainable, and that's what hemp can produce. The sustainability for our environment, the economy, and for our health. Because without it, we're just sitting there spinning our wheels. So I want to thank Keith, the founder of the NORML organization, and the others who have been taking the stand for cannabis hemp. Thank you, sir. And like the judge says, once this is, we have to get another organization going, right? So, because we're going to lose a job here in the next 4 years, I believe. Hemp will be back here. I know Colorado initiatives have passed industrial farming Kentucky is looking at passing, they've already been to the White House. I think John Boehner's daughters are married to a Rastafarian, okay? So the people are well aware of what hemp can do for our country. America has purchased in the past year over $400 million worth of industrial hemp from other countries. Oh, and I forgot. Hemp without inspiration, I think that's the most important leaf on there, because without it, we wouldn't need any of the rest. And I forgot to mention that we are at the 4th annual Hemp History Week. There's other organizations, Vote Hemp, Hemp for America organizations. They're all over. You just find them. You can Google them. But this will make a difference for our future, not just for now, but just for generations to come. Just like George Washington said, sow it everywhere. Make the best of the Indian hemp seed. That was in 1794. They were pretty smart back then, and nothing's changed. So, America has purchased this past year over $400 million worth of industrial hemp from other countries in this so-called niche market. I would like to see tobacco a niche market is what I'd like to see. America is seeing what the value of hemp really has to offer. It's people like you and I out advocating for cannabis hemp. We're in the midst of a dark economic transition. Dr. Bronner's soap company last year had over $50 million in sales just from soap. You can make soap with hemp oils. You can make food, clothing, oils. It's worth its weight in gold. And me being a chef, I'd rather eat a bowl of hemp seeds any day than a bowl of gold. I could feed my family with hemp. Hemp is an important facet and has tremendous economic potential. Hemp can and will save our economy. Hemp is our road to recovery as a nation. Our roads can literally be paved with hemp, non-toxic oils, and striped with an oil-based paint. Sherwin-Williams used hemp oil-based paints until they went to the synthetic oils. Doomed by the Marijuana Tax Act of 1937, which in effect criminalized cannabis and levied high taxes on medical marijuana and industrial hemp, hemp cultivation wasn't technically disallowed until the war on drugs by President Nixon. And in 1938, Popular Mechanics magazine reported this to be the next billion-dollar crop, and it was before billion-dollar crop, and that was before we started importing fuel. After you consider inflation and our increased need for localized fuel production, hemp can definitely dwarf the medical marijuana industry. Not trying to take anything away, we can both come together. I mean, between the medicinal monies, and the states are starting to see it. Here we have 20 states, I believe, that allow medical marijuana, and I know that the collectives are in a nonprofit organization, and I would like to have that removed and see everybody profit from the hemp plant, whether it's industrial hemp or medicinal cannabis. Thank you. Hemp today could be a next trillion-dollar industry. The problem, our economy is in a crisis. U.S. government, over the span of the past 80 to 100 years, has perverted the purpose and the responsibility of the United States to meet their own selfish and greedy desires. It all started with the criminalization of industrial hemp. Example, reefer madness. The DuPont family, the Hearst family, big oil, big pharma, had to snub it out. And corrupt elected officials. We can't forget the melon. Oh, excuse me. Here we are, there's the 30 countries, or most of the countries, and I like at the end there, you'll see we have Colorado. That's the first one. They say by next year, it'll be commercialized. And the thing I love about Colorado and Washington and Oregon and all the other states that are driving this whether it's for medicinal or not. It's for the people, and we all matter. And being in this group, DFW NORML, I see a bunch of different faces, and it's real easy to make friends because everybody's always got a smile on their face. And usually hungry for the food I like to cook. So, anyhow, Reefer Madness, the DuPont family, and corrupted elected officials. There's a big picture of the hemp seed. I like how it looks as it would, like they say, the tomato is good for your hearts. Well, hemp seed is good for your hearts as well. It lowers cholesterol, but it also resembles the brain. Let me go back to here real quick. Getting back to that. There you go. There's a hemp seed sprouting, and there's your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Your brain is the body's fattest organ. 60% is made up of lipids. Hemp seed oil is compressed, about 10% saturated fats. The majority of hemp seed oil, about 60%, is comprised of polyunsaturated omega-6. Here's a little bit of nutritional hump, but I'm going to go back. Just kind of showing you because I don't know how much time I have left. Here's where we're talking about the road needs to be, there's a road that needs to be built between these two. You see on the left, the industrial, there we go. You see on the left, the industrial farming met big industry. But right down the middle, you see there's no road. Well, that's what I'd like to see fixed. We can bridge that gap. That is a sustainable environment, bringing the two worlds together, making corporations put the wealth and prosperity back into America's soils and appreciation for American citizens. Hemp is now pot. It's the economic stimulus and green jobs solution that we need. As you see here, a lot of you may have seen this or not. I know a lot of people in the cannabis family don't necessarily realize what hemp is all about. A lot of people still think that hemp is just the twine and the ropes, and it's just ropes. It's more than just ropes. It's clothes, it's fuel. It produces more oxygen and eats up more CO2. I mean, we once paid our taxes in hemp, and we could still do that again today by giving credit back to the people. And I would love to pay my taxes in hemp. I don't know about it. You know, here, come take this bag. Get it out of here. Industrial hemp is sustainable, and that's what we need in life. We need sustainability within our foods. We need sustainability to the earth. And we just need sustainability. I'm getting a little off track here. In 1916, the US government predicted that by the 1940s, all paper would come from hemp, and that no more trees would be cut down. Government studies report that 1 acre of hemp equals 4.1 acres of trees from the Department of Agriculture in 1916, okay? The Hearst family, big paper industry, millions of acres of trees. Well, he saw that report and goes, oh shit, I gotta start cutting down trees and abolishing this. I say no more to that. Let me get off track here. What is industrial hemp? Industrial hemp is a number of varieties of cannabis sativa that are intended for agriculture and industrial purposes that are grown for seed and fiber, as well as resulting byproducts such as oil, seed cake, curds. You can make hemp milk. It's gluten-free. There's so many fabulous things about the hemp plant. So we'll keep on going. Here's what I'd like to see at the pumps. I'd like to see infrastructure changed in America. I don't care what my engine is underneath. A lot of guys here in Texas drive big trucks, big diesel trucks. I'm all right with driving a little car with a diesel engine in it. I'd like to be able to pull up knowing that from an economic standpoint, I'm not emitting poisons into our fuel. And at the same time, creating good jobs, not just drilling underneath the ground. I'd like to see this. And I don't really care if I have a diesel engine in my car. Anybody? Would it matter? No. Thank you. Here we go again. I contend that by adding a single industry such as hemp would be equivalent of an industrial revolution of sorts. Think about it. Ethanol makes up 10% of gasoline. It's a waste of corn. Hemp could surpass this percentage and make up upwards to 20% of gas. Hemp could create a whole new production industry from cleaning products, hygiene products. I use hygiene, I've changed. I've taken away from all chemical products. I don't even use fluoride toothpaste anymore, people. It's changing. It's getting this information out to everybody and making the difference and teaching it to our children, because our children is our lifeline to this future. And we have to do things. We have to. It's simple. We were taught one way, just as, well, I won't get into that, but we can change the way we do things. And I'm here to tell you, I am a hempaholic. So, which leads us here today. We are, where are we? All farmers are growing food and corn in order to put in our gas tanks, ethanol. This makes sense if we didn't need to eat. This has caused food prices to rise, and many foods are made from corn, causing a food crisis in our country and others. Another factor associated with this is farmers have to rest their fields because of the crops depleted and the ground of nutrients. Losing acres of potential crops by resting the land. Hemp actually adds nutrition back to the land, puts nitrogen back into the soils. It consumes mass amounts of CO2 and mass production of oxygen. We all love to breathe. Its uses are innumerable, and yet the government knows this and refuses to utilize this tool. Among many other benefits, it would revolutionize our country in such a way that it would literally be a miracle. We would have to rein in corruption, no doubt, but this would be a step in the direction that if we ever got the House to pass a hemp bill like this, I mean, everyone would start growing hemp. It'd be everywhere. Honestly, I don't see how our elected officials can be serious about global warming and saving our economy without seriously considering this option. We, the people of America, deserve this crop. America deserves this crop. America can be sustainable once again and rebuild our American pride and be sustainable with me in this economic time of despair. It's hempaholics like you and I that have been making the progress without government aid or corporate monies. We, the people of America, keep grabbing our shovels and continue to plant this seed that will ultimately rebuild our fine nation. The words from our first president, George Washington, make the best of the Indian hemp seed and sow it everywhere. So I urge this president to make a real change for the health of people and the nation. Use the power of this 27-cent almighty pen. Reclassify cannabis hemp and stop making our job at creating jobs harder and maintaining a sustainable economy. I also challenge corporate America to take the steps and prove that they want to reinvest in America. Here we are. Here's a little graph showing hemp versus cotton. As you can see, the pesticides needed for hemp growth versus cotton. You can see the production per acre is almost double, almost triple. I can't read that. There we go. The water, the strength. Hemp fabric is softer, warmer, more water resistant and durable than cotton. 1 acre of usable hemp per acre equals 2 acres of cotton. Okay, here we go. These are some of the products that are being made, have been made for thousands of years. Well, I don't know about the animal bedding, but we have hemp bags, hemp rope, hemp shoes, hemp shirt, hempcrete. These are hemp wear for the ladies. We had a little show here showing off some hemp clothing. I know Russ talked about some hemp. Okay, so going back, I have to wrap it up here. Over here, hempcrete construction. That's a house in North Carolina, Asheville, North Carolina. I believe their energy bill with the hemp walls, that house is completely made of hemp. Hemp carpeting, you can see it on the internet. I think they said roughly about $100 a month for their utility bills. Look at that. There's a hemp composite eco car. It looks cool, and it's great. Henry Ford made a hemp fiber or a hemp composite car in 1941. It's 10 times stronger than steel. Look that up on the internet. And the alcohol market, we can still have beer if you choose to have it, but just with the hemp label. Talked about that. Here we go with the nutrition. I talked about the sustainability of hemp from an economical standpoint, and now I want to talk to you about the sustainability of mankind. Not eating properly and definitely shorten your life. Remember the saying, you are what you eat? Well, it's going to be proven. We need to get back to the kitchen and teach our children how to cook healthy meals and make healthy food choices. If we don't, my friends, we the people won't be sustainable much longer. Be hemp healthy today with me for our environment and for the people of the world. I say let's grow an overabundance of hemp. Let's help feed the world. That's how we become a strong nation once again. Let's regain the respect of other nations. My goal here today is for you to see that industrial hemp has the ability to do a lot with our health problems in America and reduce the health risk by taking proper measures in one's diet. Obesity, diabetes, blood pressure, and heart disease are at a all-time high here in America. That is what we need to be focusing on. Getting back to our healthy food choices, lowering cholesterol naturally. Hemp foods incorporated into your diet can just do that. Real quick, you see that. Excellent source of essential fatty acids, omegas 3, 6s, and 9s. Improves organ function. I have to wrap this up, so I'll get closing on this. Hemp is also a great source of protein for vegans and vegetarians. I forgot. I'm probably the only one here with the only legal cannabis. Right here. This is hemp protein, and by weight, hemp protein is richer than beef. It's a good baggie right here. I found this one on the floor somewhere over there. I reused it. I recycled it, okay? So once again, let's get hemp back into America's soil, and let's get hemp back on the tables. Colorado is already doing it, and I know we can too. As a self-taught hemp chef, I'm inspired by the amazing health benefits of hemp, and I know when I make a dish for my family, they are getting all the vital nutrients one needs to stay healthy. Little do they know they are getting smarter every bite they take. And at the same time, they are strengthening their immune system and organ functions. There's a close-up shot of what hulled hemp seed looks like. A spoonful of hulled hemp seed, that's what I was just talking about. There's your comparison chart. 50% by weight, total weight. It blows everything away. It's almost double of beef. And as far as hemp, from a nutrition, you can take hemp oil and not take fish oils. Pregnant ladies use that so they're not getting the mercury levels that fish oil can obtain. There's a big glass of hemp oil. I take two tablespoons of hemp oil every day. I use it for my skin. That's how I got on this mission. I suffer from eczema. I've healed my eczema. I apply this 2 or 3 times a day. Hemp protein is one of the highest in the plant kingdom. There's some example of hemp foods: hemp apple cake, hemp cookies, hemp truffles, pineapple and hemp smoothies. I make those. I was going to do this, but we're running out of time. Salads. I make vinaigrettes with my hemp oil. There's some pasta, gluten-free. There's some hemp pesto, hemp smoothies, hemp breads. I like this one from Hippie Butter over here, the roasted garlic. I love putting that in the oven, hemp oil on that. The one on the right is marinated hemp mushrooms. It grows great. That's what I want to leave you with, my friends. I want to leave you with this quote from my dear friend Boomer. Not legalizing industrial hemp is like starving next to a loaf of bread. Thank you.